I get asked a lot of times what happens to a watch when you don't get it serviced within its recommended service interval. And as a watchmaker, I just wanted to point out some of the things that you might see in a watch that has not been serviced in a long time. So without further ado, take a look at this. All right, so take a look at this specific axle right here. Notice where I circled it on the screen. And you see how kind of the pivot mushrooms a little bit. And over here, what you're gonna look at is the same exact part, but this axle over here is the actual way it's supposed to look. So you see how it's nice and cylindrical compared to the original one. So here's another example of a wheel. If you take a look at that, you notice how it's actually taken off pretty clean. And you notice how it mushrooms and bottoms up at the top. Now here is a side-by-side comparison of one that's worn on the left and the one on the right is the way it comes out from the manufacturer. You can definitely notice the difference. And the one on the left is a dramatic example of what happens when a watch doesn't get serviced for a long time. In this case, this customer hadn't had this watch serviced in about 18 years. And when the oils and lubricants dry up, in essence, the metal, because these pivots are also turning in ruby, it's very important that you remember that when oils and lubricants dry up and the metal keeps running and the wheels keep turning, that the metal and ruby, that the ruby is stronger than the metal, and that the ruby will eventually eat away at the metal of the pivots. So the one on the left again is what happens when a watch is running the entire time and it hasn't had a service, and the one on the right is how it should actually look like.